Getting like really cold here in Iowa. So I think I'm gonna wear this coat throughout the entire video. I mean, it's my show. I get to do whatever I want and wear whatever I'd like. Might even do an episode nude one time. You never know. Okay, well, I'd spare you that image, but you get the point.
Please let me comfort you. It's the end of the world right now. Please let me kiss your lips. It's the last minute on earth. Won't you love me after the end of the world right now? Let's pretend it ends. The last minute on earth right now.
So I've been behind on reviewing a few short films that I've been sent due to catching up on Best Picture winners while also juggling a part-time job. So I figured since my Best of 2015 list won't come out until I've watched Anomalisa on the 26th, and the next big movie that I intend on reviewing will be Hail Caesar, which comes out next month, now is the perfect time to get this video done. I'm late enough as it is, it's time to get it done. The first thing I'd like to get out of the way is that yes, my thoughts on these three short films are positive for the most part. I was not paid to say nice things about these shorts, and I'm not getting paid for reviewing these shorts either. These are my honest opinions on what I saw on the screen. Also, these opinions are going to be fairly quick given the length of these films and based on all the stuff I've got going on as of lately. Gotta get everything else done in life too, you know? Now, the first film that I'm going to talk about is one of the more accessible ones called Homicidium. I believe that's how you say it. It is by Elias M. Productions on YouTube, who spammed my comment section asking me to watch his short film. I know you want me to watch your short, dude, and I will, but there's a personal messaging system on YouTube. And there's also Facebook and Instagram where you can personally message me. But that's besides the point. Now, this is the cheaper short out of the three that I've seen. There's very few effects, and I can't say that it was for a fact, but it looks like it was shot on an iPhone. And yet, it works. To the director's credit, everything is framed very well, and the camera is steady when needed. There is a very clear story structure, and for having absolutely no dialogue, you still get an idea of what's going on. But this brings me to what I feel is a problem with the short. There's really no character motivation present. But it doesn't bring the film down entirely. Why? Because it's a 3-minute short. I think that there is a story within this short that can go on longer, but since there isn't much in terms of budget for these guys, they did what they could and it mostly works. So I'm giving them a 4 out of 5, and I'd recommend checking them out. The next two that I got were private screeners, so they're not as accessible, and I only have a small amount of clips from one of the trailers. But they have a higher production value than Homicidium. First up is A Tricky Treat, which is the more special effects heavy. Now, explaining a plot would essentially ruin a great punchline at the very end of this. That, and it's only 3 minutes long. But let's just say, wow, it is a real zinger. I was laughing hard by the time it got to the punchline. The effects also have a sense of realism, and they're actually quite impressive, yet they're also a little unsettling to look at. If there's one effect that didn't exactly work for me, I'd say it's at the punchline towards the end. I'm not gonna say what it is, don't get me wrong, it's still pretty funny, but it felt a little annoying orangey. Aside from that, a very good short film, and I'll give them this, they made a better fake head than MTV's Scream the Series did. And that show has a higher budget than this film. That's kind of sad when you think about it. A Tricky Treat gets a 4 out of 5. Last one up is my favorite of the three shorts that I was sent, and it was called Dead Hearts. It's the longest of the three that I've been sent, clocking in at over 16 minutes, and it's also the one that has more of a plot. A little boy obsessed with death and works as a mortician falls in love with a blind girl, tragedy strikes, the girl leaves, the little boy's heart's broken, and so on. There's more plot to it than that. I don't want to give too much away though. Here's how I'm going to describe this movie. It's like if Edgar Wright is directing a movie that's co-written and co-directed by Wes Anderson. The shots in this film are perfectly symmetrical and are treats for the eyes due to their great set designs. There's quite a lot going on within the shots. For under 20 minutes, you get a lot of character and a lot of story that comes full circle in the end, and the only dialogue that is given is by a narrator who kind of reminds me a little bit of Stephen Fry's narration from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is perfectly fitting for the tone of the movie. There's a few animated sequences within the film that look great, the makeup is fantastic, and you've got some terrific stunt work in this movie. If I had one little nitpick that doesn't exactly hurt the movie, it's when the boy and the blind girl go into the morgue and they hang around this dead corpse. If you look closely, when the little girl goes to touch the corpse's face, the actor playing the corpse flinches.
He's supposed to be dead!
Yeah, weird.
Well, that's a tiny dent in an otherwise perfect short film. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. If you want to check out more, I'll post a link to the Dead Hearts website in the description below. They've got a lot of fun behind-the-scenes stuff, and it's actually quite interesting. I'll also post a link to Homicidium if you want to check that out as well. But yeah, those were my thoughts on some short films that I was asked to watch. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe for more videos and reviews. Also, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Kinda makes sense. Be sure to check me out on Facebook at Movie Nights Reviews for written reviews and updates. I've got a lot of written reviews coming out. I gotta get all those Best Picture nominees out of the way. I'm almost done, thankfully. Also, be sure to check me out on Instagram at Movie Nights Reviews and my Twitter account at Joe Vrenick. And if you would like to help support my channel and get some exclusive content out of me, be sure to check out my Patreon account. The links to everything will be down in the description below. Thanks again, guys. You rock. That's a terrible ending.